The street sweeping process in the city of Rochester basically begins once the leaves start to fall, and we sweep the streets with our full crew through typically early to mid-November. So we're typically getting 6 to 8 weeks of street sweeping. Typically we'll make it around the city 3 to 4 times during that period. Obviously the challenge is not all trees drop their leaves at the same time during the fall. And a lot of the wind, rain can wash leaves, so we can sweep the street in the morning and by the afternoon it's already covered up with leaves again. So the purpose of street sweeping is obviously to clean the streets up so there's not leaves plugging up catch basins. Leaves also can be harmful when they do wash into catch basins. They end up washing into streams and ponds and can cause water quality issues. They're also messy, so like if we didn't sweep and then plowed snow, all those kind of composting leaves would end up back in everybody's boulevard and kind of a big mess. Once we sweep the leaves off the street, they're hauled to a storage facility that we have. We'll basically let the leaves break down for 1 to 2 years. We'll run them through like a screen and then reuse the material as much as we can. In the city of Rochester, we don't have a leaf pickup program, which is found in many smaller cities, and that's just mainly due to the sheer volume. So we have about 430 miles of streets in Rochester, so that's about 860 actual curb miles. So it just wouldn't be feasible at this time for the city to actually collect leaves that people would rake out into the streets. The biggest assistance from residents is rake up the leaves in your yard. We'll come and clean the street. There are many options that residents can utilize for getting rid of leaves in their yard. The most environmentally friendly approach would be if you have a compost pile or something in your backyard. Leaves are great compost. And you can also take them to the Olmsted County Waste to Energy facility. You can drop them off for free, and there's also many private companies that you could contact to come basically pick up the leaves from your yard. The other thing we struggle with is obviously cars and garbage cans and other things in the street. We don't notify residents when we're going to be sweeping, again, just because we're in the street, but especially garbage cans. Remember, it's the city ordinance to keep them out of the roadway, so if you can either put them at the end of your driveway or even just set them on the grass, the garbage trucks can reach them. That would be very helpful to the efficiency and effectiveness of the sweeping program. Seasonal parking begins November 1st. It was put into place for 2 reasons. One, for obviously snow removal in the winter, but the other was to allow us to do a better job collecting the leaves on the streets in the fall. By residents parking on one side of the street, we can completely clear the other side, and then we'll come back the following day. If there's leaves, sweep that other side of the street. We realize it is an inconvenience for people to have to move their cars, but we have a lot of ground to cover with, a relatively small crew, so anything that residents can do to help us will just, end up with a better quality product for them. So we really appreciate and thank residents for the inconvenience, of us coming through and requiring you to move your car, your garbage can out of the street. If residents feel like their street's been missed or something, or needs more sweeping, they can certainly contact us either through the city website under Public Works, or they can call the main Public Works number and we'll be happy to record that. So we will make multiple trips continually with as much weather before the snow comes. We'll just stay on sweeping and we'll get there, but we realize it might sit for a week or 2 before the street sweeper comes through. I guess be patient. We might have to come back a couple times to collect those leaves, and it might look kind of messier, unorganized as we're going by, but we'll make a couple passes and get everything picked up well.